Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Hakim out there that's listening to truth. And also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And quick video before I go to bed, man. Obviously you can see this is the last of the last days. Truly we're at the end, you know. All these prophecies is being fulfilled, you know. Everything is you know, coming to a head. You got Esau switching over to the digital system. You got the racial tension, you got civil war coming, or World War III, right? With Iran and America is brewing, you know. I was also watching the video today that what was that? Russia, no, it wasn't Russia, but Ukraine caught Chinese soldiers, all right, over there in Ukraine, you know. The Chinese have been, you know, helping Russia fight Ukraine. Also, you got the North Koreans over there, too. All right, so, hey, the Lord is really doing his thing, all right? Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai is really doing his thing in these last days. What is written at the end, you know, it at the end it shall speak, right? When you go into that word speak, it means to live. So these prophecies is living in these last days, all right? They're coming to life. But I'm gonna play this video right here. We're gonna go ahead with it.
To D.C., Chicago to St. Paul, people gathered across the country today for more than 1,200 separate hands-off rallies. That is protesting actions of President Trump and Elon Musk.
Look, and this is all over the world, okay? This is all over the world right now. Everybody basically got together January 5th, okay, to protest. Which this is Bible prophecy. What the hell, man? See, this is just Satan. But anyways, whatever, man. I don't gotta have the whole thing on the screen. Whatever the fuck, you know. But that's just Satan, you know. But like I was saying, man. All right, we know this is biblical prophecy. Okay, we know this has already been prophesied. Okay. And things are going to continue to escalate, okay? These prophecies are going to keep coming back one after another, right? Matter of fact, let me grab that in the book of Esdras real quick. Salakia. Let's grab that in Esdras, the 16th chapter. We'll go back to that video, you know, just to check it out. Because really, you get the point, but the visual is always better, you know. 2nd Esdras 16 and 39. Even so, shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. And that's what's taking place right now. You know, people are in sorrow, people are losing their jobs, you know, which that's prophecy. All right. Then what though? And the world is mourning, you know. Everybody is catching, you know, some kind of hell one way or another. All right, whether it's high gas prices, food prices, okay, your government being a fucking tyrant. All right, then you got the goddamn moles running around pushing their agenda. All right. Only reason they didn't kind of took a fucking backseat is because, you know, Trump is in office. And, you know, he got rid of a couple things. Matter of fact, let me start from 37. It says, no, let's read from 36. It says, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake, right? But look, everybody, they have fallen into that trap, all right? Everybody believe in the so-called white man, all right? These other doctrines, these different philosophies, all right? They believe the gods of this world. They believe in fucking democracy and all that bullshit, all right? It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. You see? Those plagues, hey, I remember, right? And I got to keep referencing, when we was first starting off in this thing, you know. Brothers remember 2007 and 2010, so and so, all the way up to now, to the point you can't even keep up with the prophecies, man. You can't keep up with the news. So much is coming out. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains could pass her womb, which pains, and when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So the same thing with these prophecies, man, right? What we're witnessing now, we're witnessing Esdras, 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, all right, with these uproars of the people. Even so shall not the plague slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So let's go back to that video. Let's see. Esau, hold on.
To make their voice heard on everything from tariffs, Elon Musk's role in the government, and Trump's immigration policies.
Let's go back.
It's the country as the
McCoy talked with some people that were there about what motivated them to show up.
people are protesting.
That were there about
Trying to get this off the screen, put it on full screen, but whatever.
what motivated them to show up.
People are protesting here in Minnesota at the state capitol and across the country as the second Trump term hits its 75th day in office.
Hey, and you know what? Hey, Trump got these people shook, right? This dude, he's been talking about running for a 3rd term, which I don't think we got that long in this place. But I think it's some kind of loophole, right? He can come back and probably run for like vice president and somehow get rid of the main president, and he'll be back president again, you know. So Trump, man, this dude's a nut.
Organizers estimate 14,000 people showed up at the hands-off protest to make their voice heard on everything from tariffs, Elon Musk's role in the government, and Trump's immigration policies.
I think it's important, especially as a woman and a person of color, to show up and stand for our rights.
I'm extremely frustrated, and we have to be the people to make the change.
This was the largest protest in Minnesota since Trump took office again in January. It featured speeches from U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar and Minnesota Senate Majority Leader Aaron Murphy.
And I want to make sure that my kids and my grandkids someday look back and say, what did my mom do when we faced that challenge?
Look, man, these people are fucking hypocrites. Every last single one of them. Us being the men of the Lord, we sit back and we watch everything, man. We seen how the Democrats was running his society too, from the Letterman jacket people, reading books to children in fucking classes. Who that Biden bring in the fucking immigrants in, all that, man. The Democrats, they did a hell of a number on this fucking place, man. They was doing crazy shit too, man. But Trump is in office, and he's going full speed towards the agenda. All right, and that agenda is the New World Order. All right, because while everybody is watching this tariff thing, is really like a whole fucking distraction. All right, to bring in the new system. Okay. That's what's taking place right now. If you paying attention to the different legislation, right, and what's being done on Wall Street and shit like that, man, they're totally flipping the switch on this place, man. There's all kind of things going on, you know, with the money system. Cause hey, like I was telling brothers earlier, really we're already in a digital society. The masses don't really use cash no more. Everybody is using the goddamn bank card. You know, you look at your money. Look, you gotta go on your phone, look at it, all right, and it's all right there on your phone. If you want to buy stocks, guess what? You can do it all on your phone. If you want to buy cryptocurrency, you can do it all on your phone. That's where we're at in this society. We're basically already in the fucking new world order. Really, you just gotta have more Black Swan events, all right, and they put a fucking chip in your ass. But we're at the beginning of the new world order, all right. So let's read these scriptures. I did have I did put in a couple words too, but anyways, I'll probably go back and do that. All right, this is we're going to read Esdras first. Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? And that's what's taking place. Has he visited the world through the prophecies, right? Oh, it's also written what's in the book Isaiah. He shall visit you with storm, fire, strong wind, something like that. You know, there's been some crazy storms going on too. You know, the Lord really been getting down. Right, this is the point right here. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, right? It was just a big earthquake, all right, in one of those Asian countries, right? They straight up rocked that mug, man. All right, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, right? And that's what's taking place, man. It's all prophecy, man. Okay. Oh, what it say in the book of Isaiah? He shall set what? He shall set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right, and that's civil war. Okay. It says, one people shall stand and fight against one another. You know, what's that? I think it's let's look for something real quick. Stuff is taking place. I think it's in Esdras. All right. Start from 23. Matter of fact, start from 2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, right? And the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? And I ain't just talking about, we always talk about the grocery stores, but look, for it to get to the grocery store, right, it got to come from the labs and also the farms, you know? The government has been paying people not to farm, all right? To not fucking grow food. And the trumpet shall give a sound which every man heareth, and they shall suddenly be afraid. And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, right? And that's taking place right now, man. All right? That's the point I wanted right there. Okay? And with these politics and people marching and doing all that shit, man. That's what's taking place. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, right? Right, and people are afraid for their life. People don't know what's going to take place next because Trump is just all over the place. And the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Okay. Now, let's go back to that 9th chapter. Right. Verse 4, 9 and 4. It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that was made in the world have a beginning and an end, and its end is manifest, right? The end is being revealed. The end is here. Like I was saying, right? In fact, I had put that in last days, right? End up jumping the gun to something else, see what was going to pop up. All right. Let's go to 2 Timothy 3 and 1. Right. Let's read that. For this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. And that's what we had it right there. Right. Dangerous, dangerous times. For men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Right. And that's how you know we're also in the last days. All right. Because of these traits, people have, without natural affection. What's that? Homosexuality, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despiser of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure. It says more than lovers of Yahweh. It says having a form of God, which I'm gonna stop right there. But like I was saying, the point was at one, but also, those things right there show you that we're in the last days, but these people, they don't read the scriptures. This also, let's read it over again. This also, that in the last days, perilous times shall come. And that's what we have. Dangerous times, all right? These people don't know what the hell is about to hit them. They don't know Revelations 12 and 12 is about to take place. They don't know that Yahweh Shai is about to come back. They don't know those things, And what did I leave off at? I'll probably just stop right there, man. But with that, say all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, the bondage to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's listening true. And also shalom to the rest of the whole elect. Peace.